It's amazing, honestly. It really is.
It's a huge milestone.
This would be the place to give the exclusive now.
Yeah, I had to ask, of course.
Do I think Sphere would be a great fit for you ladies? Hell yes.
We got AJ from BSB, Mel C from the Spice Girls, and Mariah Carey on today's show. It's a millennial dream, but first we have to run down the chart. This is the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 for the week dated December 20th. Still at 10 is Andy Williams.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Kelly Clarkson is at her number 9 best. Nat King Cole is up to 8.
Merry Christmas to you.
So that was numbers 10 through 8, but as you can see, I got a special guest hanging out with us today. What's up, AJ?
How are you, my friend? Always good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Likewise.
You're celebrating a brand new release. We're happy to have you here to talk about it.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, my name is Alex. I love that as
Yes.
a name for the EP. So why'd you decide to do that?
So, I've been on this kind of journey of self-discovery for the last, God, it started 2 summers ago. When we finished up the DNA World Tour in May of 2023, I got home and decided to go on a little retreat, a little mental health break. I went
Everybody
down
needs them.
to Scottsdale, Arizona. I did an intensive outpatient program at an amazing facility called the Meadows.
Okay.
And I was supposed to be there for 4 weeks. I stayed for 10 weeks. I fell in love with Scottsdale.
You loved it.
I'm a big golfer too, so Arizona is like the mecca for golf. But in the learning process, in my group therapy sessions, I found that AJ is a character in a band, doesn't define who I am. Alex that's my birth name, that's who I am as a person. And the world has known me as AJ for 32 years, and I want to reintroduce myself as myself, separate from Backstreet. I suffered from really low self-esteem my entire life. And I know that's hard for some people to believe considering what I do for a living, but being on stage was my safe place. I didn't know how to turn it off when I'd leave the stage because I thought I had to always be on for you to like me, for me to impress you, whether it was for the girls or my buddies, which weren't really my buddies. It was all a bunch of leeches that, because I got in the club free and got bottle service, they were my friends.
Obviously.
And then as soon as I got sober, they all dipped. And, I got to see now who my real friends are. But at the end of all of it, now continuing this journey, Alex is who I want the world to know. I've learned about boundaries.
But it's so interesting to hear me say you had self-esteem issues because those of us that grew up watching you, I would say you were probably the most confident member of BSB, the most swag, that you had. So how is it with them now even? How do your brothers look at you as this new Alex compared to what they've seen over the years?
I mean, they're extremely supportive. Obviously, it's funny because for years, even before this transition happened, they would, Alex, what are you doing? It was just kind of passive, they would jokingly say my name, but it was always AJ, that's just what was programmed in everyone's head. But they're extremely supportive. They've seen the growth. I've been sober over 4 years now, and
Congrats.
they really, thank you. It's like now, not that they couldn't rely on me before, because even when I was out of my mind, I still showed up on time, I did my job, I just wasn't grounded. Now, they turn to me for a lot of things, and they know that they can rely on me, and that I'll be there 1,000,000%.
You got really personal, I feel like, on a lot of these songs. One of my favorites is Arizona.
Thank you.
Actually, before we even talk about it, let's take a listen.
To be loved, to be loved, to be loved by me.
And then with the second pen hit the paper, it was just an outpour. And I did the song as a teaser last year when I went on tour with Joey Fatone and we did the Legendary Night shows, and was never a dry eye in the house. Everybody was really touched by it, and that's why I wrote it. I wanted it to be like an anthem for people that, like me, suffered from low self-esteem or didn't feel good enough. The original song title was Good Enough. And I'm a big fan of one-word titles. So over the last year and a half, it morphed into just Arizona. And it's one of my favorite records I probably have ever written. And so, yeah.
It's a good
thank
one.
you. Thank you.
And I mean, talk about anthems. I also feel like Can't Love You Anymore feels like very classic from like what people would expect from you. It's kind of got that anthemic feel, but also, again, a personal topic, something that people can relate to, like relationships. So tell me a little bit more about that song.
All with all I got, still never enough. Baby, I can't love you anymore.
Find out that Teddy Swims was one of the writers on the song.
Love
And I'm
Teddy.
like, that's my boy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is he cool with me cutting this? And Rob's like, he probably doesn't even remember writing it. He writes
love this.
1,000 songs a week. And he obviously shifted and went more R&B and more urban with his, solo project. So the song was up for grabs and I'm like, it's mine, I'm taking it. And the minute we got in the studio to like start doing the vocals, it just felt right. And I don't know, there's this weird grit in my voice as well. It's very rock-esque, so it's crazy to me. I have my personal favorites, right? So when you see the streams and you see iTunes and you see all these things and you see the numbers and you see the fact that Can't Love You Anymore is the one that's just leading the charge.
Banger.
Before anyone even knew that Teddy was part of it, just the song as a whole. Like I've been seeing so many people on TikTok, they're like, this is the millennials' dream track.
It is.
This is like my anthem. Guys, girls, kids, doesn't matter, all rocking out to it. And so thank you. I'm honored. And hopefully we can get this thing to #1. I mean,
Let's do it.
It's kind of insane.
Well, speaking of charts, we do got to get back to them. So let's look at the Hot 100, numbers 7 through 4. Taylor Swift slips to 7.
Save my heart from the failure.
As does Golden to number 6. Ariana Grande also returns to her number 5 high.
Santa, tell me if you're really there.
Jingle Bell Rock is in at 4.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Taylor Swift and the
Yes.
Fate of Ophelia. I absolutely love the connection. Max Martin did you guys, obviously everybody.
Yes.
He did the Fate of Ophelia in her album, and that went super viral. So how was it to see that mashup of you guys and Taylor?
Well, first of all, never in my entire career have I seen a mashup of Max Martin and Max Martin.
Yes.
That's already
So good.
That's a feat of like insanity. But this lovely lady, this amazing DJ, LYD, she made this mashup and it took off. And honestly, it was weird how it transpired because our team was like, one of you boys has to post something. And the other guys were all tied up doing whatever. And I'm like, Psh, I'll do it.
I got it.
I live in a house of Swifties, so like I'm in, and I'm also a Swiftie myself. Taylor, hi babe, good
Hey.
to see you, love you. So I did the little post, and literally that night I was talking to my wife about Taylor and the fact that she doesn't follow anyone, she doesn't really comment on anything,
Not a lot.
really. And I wake up the next morning and I'm like, what the? And I freaked, even though her and I are friends. I freaked. So I called my wife. I said, don't tell the girls. I want to surprise them with this. I screenshotted it, texted it to my daughters. They were losing their mind. And now fans are like wanting to see if she'll come. Well, first of all,
Taylor, come
I'm
to
going
the
to invite
Sphere.
you again to come see the show.
From Billboard.
Come see the show at Sphere whenever you can. And if we can work it out, since Backstreet's Back is the finale of the show, we might break the planet if we did this, but I'm just gonna put it out there. So,
Amazing idea, man.
Yes.
Speaking of legends, we have another legend hanging out with us in New York. You might know her. Hey, Mel C, how's it going?
hey girl.
Hold it, feel the burn, own it. I'll make you sweat. Push yourself, follow me, synchronize.
All right, hello. Welcome to the Hot 100 show. This is a very special day on this show because we are joined by Mel C herself of the Spice Girls. Mel, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you.
This
for
is
having me.
amazing.
Oh, thanks. That's a nice welcome.
Of course. Well, to start off, I would love to ask you about your new song, Sweat, which is also a part of your new album, also called Sweat, which is due out next year. What can you tell us about this new album?
Well, I think that Sweat, the single, is a really good representation of the whole record. It's like a good introduction. I really went into the studio in a different frame of mind on this album. I've been DJing for 8 years, and I just found what I was playing as a DJ was quite different to who I am as an artist, and I really wanted to bring those worlds closer together. So it's a bit more dancey, you know, some house touches on there. And then also lyrically, I just wanted to have some fun. You know, I've made so many albums now. I'm so lucky, obviously working with the Spice Girls for many years, and then as a solo artist. So it was just time to have some fun and get sweaty.
Yeah, I thought it was so cool. Like, it sounded like it was a perfect track for like a workout class, or just when you're running or doing something sporty. It just like is amazing. So I was curious if this is going to be maybe kind of a theme for like throughout the rest of the album, and it sounds like it is.
I have to say, the aesthetic for the album is very much like this. I don't know if people have seen the video, but I took inspiration from so many things that I love, all these iconic, like sporty fitness music moments, whether it's Olivia Newton-John, Let's Get Physical, whether it's Flashdance,
nice.
Kids from Fame. These are the things I grew up on. And in the song, I have an incredible sample, Diana Ross, Workout Body.
I was gonna ask about
Trevor's favorite,
where the inspiration for that sample, like what? Because that's kind of a deep cut that I don't think many people know.
Yeah.
Like, where did you pull that one from?
So I was working on a fitness playlist, and it just kept going round in my head, you know, the hook, the 5, 6, 7, 8, and I was like, I love that song. And I actually went online and I wanted to see the video because I couldn't remember the video. And if you've not seen it or not seen it for a while, you have to check it out. It is so iconic. It is just Diana, Miss Diana, who needs anything else?
Yeah.
In an array of wonderful leotards, doing her workout, singing the song. And it's just, you know when something just like takes you back to this incredible time. And I was in the studio and we were just having a lot of fun, looking at all these different moments musically that kind of say all the things that I wanted with this record. And Sweat was born, and I never knew whether I'd get the chance to use a sample. You know, sometimes it's hard, but very kindly, Diana's let us use it, and I'm really grateful.
I actually don't think I ever thought about that link of like creating music that you perform and how interesting it must be to be like, yeah, but you're like in a small group.
In a studio, in a small space.
Low, and you're
Yeah.
with like maybe your producer, your engineer. So that's so interesting to go in with that idea of like, I need to create something that I'm gonna rock on the stage.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you can bring the vibes into the studio, but sometimes you don't have that. Because you know when you're on stage as a performer, it's kind of like, I know Beyonce talks about Sasha Fierce, right?
Of course.
You have this new character, you have this you know, this bravery that you don't have in other places. So yeah, it was really important for me to try and get that injected into the song.
Well, I guess also just to change course, so I saw that next year will be the 30th anniversary of the Spice Girls' first album, Spice. Do you guys have anything planned to celebrate that big anniversary? It's a huge milestone.
This would be the place to give the exclusive now.
Yeah, I had to ask, of course.
So we're talking. You know,
Okay.
we're constantly talking. There's so many great opportunities and lovely things that we could do. It's really just a case of getting everyone on the same page at the same time. But we are all so proud, obviously, of this incredible legacy that we have, and we need to celebrate.
Of course.
So yeah, we need to get cracking, get these plans together.
I saw the Backstreet Boys played the Sphere earlier this year, which
Yes.
everyone seemed obsessed with, looked amazing. And I remember thinking, oh my God, the Spice Girls should play the Sphere. That would be incredible, like that stage.
Well, it is Spice World.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
It's the ultimate venue for the Spice Girls.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, we need to make it happen.
Well, I would like to see the movie. I would actually just watch the
Just
movie.
the movie on the big
Sphere.
screen.
Yeah, we need a whole immersive experience. I think we need
Exactly.
to turn Vegas into Spice World.
Well, yes.
Yeah, that would be
Sign me up.
I'm here
incredible.
for it. I am so here for it.
Sign me up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously we're on the Hot 100 show, so we'd be remiss to not mention the Hot 100 moment for Wannabe. Well, that song topped the Hot 100 back in 1997.
Yeah.
What was that moment like for you guys? And as you look back on it now, you know, has anything changed about how you react or relate to that moment?
It, for a girl band from the UK, it was huge, and I think it still is. Every artist that comes out of the UK, it is incredible to be an international artist, but America is the market you want to break. We've all grown up watching American artists, watching movies and TV shows here, and it's just this, you know, and it's hard. It's a huge country. You have your own artists who are incredible. So yeah, for a Brit, for us, that moment was like, wow, we had big ambitions. And when we did that with Wannabe, it was like, we have arrived, for sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like since the Spice Girls arrived back in the 90s, the state of girl groups these days is just really taken off. We see people like Cat's Eye and Blackpink and Flo. So I was just curious about your take about what the state of girl groups are like here in 2025, if you have any favorites or just your analysis of what it's like these days.
I have really loved watching like the evolution of that whole world. And, you know, girl groups have always been around, you know, not always got as much attention as they deserve, right? Things continue to change. When we started, TLC was the band that we looked up to and like really inspired us. And I think it's so funny, isn't it, when you look back with hindsight, because, you know, people go, yeah, but it's very different, like stylistically they're very different. But the thing we loved about TLC was the girls had their individuality, you know, and that's something that really resonated with us. So that was a band that we loved. And then there's been so many British girl bands that like came after us, you know, Little Mix, you know, who are incredible, and the girls having loads of solo success now as well, like Jade.
Oh, she's amazing.
She's
Absolutely
so
killing it.
amazing, isn't she?
Great.
I absolutely love her. So yeah, so there's so much like great success stories within girl bands, and then we look at now, obviously, like Blackpink, huge, Cat's Eye, who I've been working with recently, who I adore, and yeah, it's really interesting because I remember when we started shouting about girl power because we were told that girl bands didn't sell records or didn't sell as many as boy bands, you know, so people weren't that interested in signing a girl band, and we were like, that. You know, we're going to change that. And you know, we were naive, but we were ambitious. But we also had a cause to fight for then. You know, we wanted to change people's minds, and it feels like that has happened. You know, I don't want to say it's down to the Spice Girls, but I'm so proud that we didn't take no for an answer, and I think that's informed a lot of female artists and bands moving forward. And yeah, seeing Cat's Eye the other night, I think the difference, I mean, there's a huge difference between Spice Girls and Cat's Eye. Like, we were a chaotic version of a girl band, where Cat's Eye is precision, you know? So I would say, yeah, there's a lot more expectation in performance levels, I think, whether it's vocally, choreography wise, that's the big difference.
I have to ask, just because you mentioned them, TLC Spice Girls, I would have never, you know, made that connection. I gotta know, what are your favorite 3 TLC songs?
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, it's the biggies, isn't it? It's the biggies, obviously Waterfalls. I think that was
Classic.
That was the big song when we were like watching videos and watching other artists, and that's what we loved. But I did get to work with Lisa with Never Be the Same Again.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
so that was my first UK #1, so that was a huge moment for me, and it was a really big moment for her as well, because, you know, I don't think they'd had a UK #1 to that date, so us coming together like that, it was kind of the meeting of Spice Girls and TLC. So that was very special.
I think that's something that I love that you said, and I was thinking about it when you're talking about Wannabe and thinking about, I think the reason why everyone loves that song so much is you can hear all of your voices very distinctly. Like when you're shouting in the back, like I can hear your voice and I can pull out those threads, and I think bringing that to TLC, I know exactly what you're talking about, having that personality. And then as we get to girl groups now, I think before it may have been a very like, almost like a Barbie Mattel like silhouette of a woman, and that was like a girl group. It was like all women are kind of like, they fit into what a woman looks like.
Yeah.
And I think what we're seeing with girl groups now is that we actually crave the individuality. It's like, no, I relate to this one and I relate to this one. So I think I'm interested in if there's anything as you're reflecting, and you know, like you just said, you're working with Cat's Eye, and what advice could you give to women in girl groups to like preserve their individuality and continue that message that Spice Girls started and carried on?
It's so important, and I think when you're in that environment, you know, if you're lucky enough to have that kind of success, there are so many voices, you know, and so many opinions. And when I sat with Cat's Eye a couple of weeks ago, we did a little thing together in the UK, and that's what I spoke about. It was like, listen to your instincts, you know, and trust them. Because I think I definitely had a moment when I was like, whoa, I've lost my way here. I feel like everybody knows better than me. And I think as an artist, no one ever knows better than you, because there's no wrong answer, you know, but it's like you have to be authentic to yourself. And I think that is so important. You're so right. It's like, that's what the Spice Girls was all about, right? It's like, no matter who you are, no matter, you know, what you like, what you're into, what you look like, what your personality is, there is room for all of us. And that's what makes the world so beautiful, right? Is that we're all so different. And we do need representations of that in the public eye. So yeah, I would definitely say to all girls, to all artists, you know, don't let people tell you you should maybe be a bit more like this, because who are they to say, right? It's only you that knows.
Right.
Yeah.
I just got chills, so
Ah.
I love that. Thank you.
I was going to say, we also have a question from Tetris, who is our host in LA.
Hey Mel C, as you can see, love you guys. I was at your 2019 show in London. I cried the whole entire time. It was life-changing. Would you guys consider going back and doing that all again?
Tetris, I love your jacket. Oh my goodness, I need one of those. Why don't I have one of those? I love that you love the show. They were incredible. We need to do it again. I tell you what, I would be on stage tomorrow again with the Spice Girls, and we do talk about it all the time. So hopefully you will see that at some point in the future. But also, I'm going to be playing, once this record's out next year, I've got a show in London. I'm playing Brixton Academy in October 26. But there'll be more shows. I love doing it live. In fact, that is the reason why I do it. That's the ultimate for me, getting up on that stage. So I will let you know when I'm going to be near you.
And so I also have a question for you. So we have AJ of the Backstreet Boys here, and so I was curious if you have any questions for him.
Hey, AJ, it's been a while. It's very nice to see you. How are you doing? Have you guys dressed as the Spice Girls recently? Because I know you like to do that.
Hi, darling. I am doing extraordinary. You look incredible, by the way. Like, you don't age. I don't know. And you've got better arms than I do. It's like, I need to get back in the gym. This is embarrassing. As far as dressing up like you guys, it was a one-time thing. Would I do it again? Absolutely. We did it on our BSB cruise years ago. It was, you know, we have a Halloween night theme, and we usually do something as a group. We did the Village People one time, we did Marvel one time, and then of course we did you lovely ladies. I, of course, was Scary Spice. I was Mel. Brian was Sporty, because he's just good at all sports. I hate him for that.
So AJ, what I would like to ask is, do you think the Sphere in Vegas would be a good venue for the Spice Girls to play?
Do I think Sphere would be a great fit for you ladies? Hell yes. It would be insane if you girls ended up at Sphere in Las Vegas. You guys have the catalog, you have the fans. What you could do there would be endless. So come on. You know
We're
what?
signing up
I'm
for
going
that.
to put a good word in for
All
you
the
guys.
money. Take my money.
Yes, I'm going to put a good word in for you.
Thanks so much, Mel C. We appreciate you
Bye,
guys
babe.
hanging. And before we get out of here, we got to toss back to the top 3. You mind doing that for me?
I don't mind. And here's the top 3. Check it out.
Last Christmas drops to number 3.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
While Brenda Lee is up to number 2.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop.
With the 20th week at number 1, breaking the record for the longest running number 1 song on the Hot 100 is Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yay!
Mind blown. How do you feel about breaking that record?
It's amazing, honestly. It really is. I
mean-
can't lie.
I mean, you've got an incredible career, obviously, 19 number 1s, but to then have this record with One Sweet Day, and then it was taken from you for a second. So
It was robbed of me.
how did you feel in that moment with Lil Nas X, and then, of course, Shabuzi ended up, you know, breaking the record for the time that they did?
I was upset, but what are you gonna do?
Well, what you're gonna do is have a classic Christmas song that returns to number 1 every year. That's what you're gonna do. So, did you know that All I Want for Christmas Is You would be this for you?
No, I had no idea.
That just became such a thing that I never could have predicted it, ever. So,
And I mean, 20 weeks, how far do you think we can go here?
I don't know.
I hit like 30, 40. It's the longest running
Well-
#1 of all time.
Yeah, but at a certain point, it's not Christmas anymore, and
Well,
But I love it. I'm about to get to my holiday destination and go enjoy the holidays myself because I'm putting on this Christmas show. So we're doing this every night, but really I just want to be celebrating at home.
well, I wish you to get home very fast. Well, thank you so
Yes.
much. Congratulations, Mariah.
Thank you so much. This has been a fun time.
Love that. And of course, our queen of Christmas, Mariah Carey, always
yeah.
coming through the top of our charts at the end of the year.
course.
How much do you love Mariah and her Christmas music?
I mean, come on. She's an icon. She's a legend. And the fact that she wrote that song in 30 minutes.
wild.
Like, what?
Come on.
I mean, so, and look at what it's done. It's still probably, might be one of her biggest records in her entire career. Like, as far as streams, as far
probably
as
is,
sales. And it's a Christmas song.
Crazy.
And she's had,
19 #1s.
like, really, like, come on. But
Amazing.
the one that's the zinger is a Christmas song.
Congrats on the Spirit. Congrats
you.
on the new EP. We're also happy to have you here, man. Thanks for coming.
My pleasure as always, brother.
Of course. And come back next week for the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10. If you want more Billboard, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified on all our latest videos.